Right, there you have it. Now, for many in the global commodities market, the 20th of April 2020 will remain a very historic day. For starters, it's a day when oil markets and the price of oil futures turned negative. Yes, you heard me right. For the first time ever in history, it turned negative, as you can see from the graph right here. Joining us now to try and explain this for us ordinary folk is Salima Nachibonika, an investment analyst at Stanlib. Salima, good to have you on the show. Just give me a sense of what negative means for a price of oil, which God knows takes a whole lot of money to get out of the ground.
Okay, Arnold, we saw the crude oil future prices going down to into negative territory, and what that means is that holders or buyers who are expecting to receive oil were turning it away because they did not have enough storage space for it. So, and we do know that much as supply of oil is going on or keeps going on, the demand side is quite low, given the fact that most of the aeroplanes are actually grounded. We are on a lockdown, so hardly any movement in terms of people leaving their homes to go to their offices. So the demand side remains muted, yet there's a lot of supply going on, and simple economics will tell you that prices will drop. Of course, the impact was significant, getting into negative territory because of the volumes of oil versus the volumes of demand that have greatly come off.
Of course, Salima, here the million-dollar question is when and how or if this would trickle into the petrol stations of the fuel prices that you and I here, ordinary folk, would have to consume when we go to the gas stations. Do we expect this to actually be reflected on those?
Okay, in terms of that, you will appreciate that much as the crude oil is the raw material, so you need to refine it to get to the final products which you receive from the fuel station or the pump station. And there is refining costs, there is importation costs. The tax on oil or on fuel remains there. So as a result, the impact on our end may not be quite significant. The other thing that consumers need to look out for is the depreciation or the fluctuation of the Uganda currency compared to the US dollar, because we do know that most of the costs along the refining lines to when the crude oil becomes usable are denominated in foreign currency. So whenever the Uganda shilling is weakening, that means you may need to dig deeper, even for your petrol or for your diesel or any of those oil products.
Salima, I want to put on an investment hat right now and pretend I'm a core CFA investor. And here the question would be, of course, there's options, there's futures, and these are basically contracts that I enter into with a supplier or a buyer. Would it be sound investment savvy for me to get into futures, given the fact that we now know that demand might be muted in the very near term?
Of course, everything that's going on has almost turned it turned the whole economy upside down. So at the moment, would I bet on the prices? It depends on what side of the contract you want to be on. At the moment, would my bets be high on on oil, especially that oil price recovering? Maybe over the next couple of months, because we do know that on the supply side, the different OPEC has come in and they've decided to meet together and almost try to find ways to mitigate supply to curb the impact, because at these current prices, it's honestly hard for anyone to make money on the supply side and even on the demand side, because even though the prices of gas come off, if you're not moving, you may not necessarily take advantage of those prices.
Salima, always a pleasure to have you on, and thanks for making time to speak to us. Have a splendid night. That was Salima Nachiboneka, who is an investment analyst over at Stanlib. Moving on, scientists of Makerere University and Kira Motors Corporation have made significant headway in inventing a cheaper hospital ventilator equipment. The scientists do say that although there have been no serious COVID-19 cases in Uganda, it does not hurt to prepare for extreme situations. Edward Muhumuza has more in this report.